My first trip to FSU as an incoming freshman after I was signed was a very nervous trip from Pensacola. My mom, my dad, my brothers and sisters were with me. I was extremely proud that I was going to be the first one in my generation in our immediate family to go to college. My dad kissed me on my forehead, he looked me right in my eyes, shook my hand, and he said, "Son, I've done all I can do for you now. The rest is on you, figure it out." All I wanted to do was prove one fact, that you can be a successful student as well as a successful athlete and excel at both.
Hey man, how's it
Dr.
going?
Mack, how you doing, buddy?
Good seeing you.
I've been fortunate to have some great mentors that believe in the mentorship here at FSU. Dr. McNamara was a very great mentor. He was a very impressive teacher that wouldn't let me slip.
Oh, yeah, you are. Derrick Brooks. Derrick Brooks and I met in his first summer here. When Derrick took my writing courses, I think he faced a lot of challenges. He would be in my office saying, "What did I do wrong? You know, what's wrong here? How can I state it better?"
And I always asked him a ton of questions.
And he really wanted to earn it. He wanted to improve, and he did improve, markedly.
I chose the communications as my major because I saw that this major was so diverse, whether it was communication skills that helped me be a better leader on our football team, or whether it was a communication strategy that I needed for life if I was going to be a professional. Some of the students like, he's tough. I said, tough? I'm gonna try to take his class. I'm gonna see what tough is. And you just never really treated me different. You challenged me.
Then you got a perfect score in that class. In 33 years, I've given 8 perfect scores. 8. And I've taught 12,000 students.
I know. At Florida State, during the early 90s, we were a very successful program. One of the greatest Florida State traditions is our pregame ceremony. You talk about getting jacked up to play. When Chief Osceola rides out on Renegade and the spear is burning, you think about that unconquered statue, and the Seminole chant is going, and the stadium is electrified, and that spear hits the ground, and it's game time. Nothing can duplicate that. No pro football game, no other college football game that I've played. That pregame tradition, man, it's speechless sometimes. It's for the select few.
He was driven, he was competitive, he was hardworking. Other than maybe childhood dreams, he really wasn't expecting to play pro football. Everyone was scratching their heads saying, this guy is not big enough to play linebacker in the NFL. And he likes those kind of challenges. He's a great competitor, did fabulous in the National Football League, a 14-year career in the NFL. He did great at FSU.
The most memorable moment for me as a team was winning the national championship in 1993. And being in that locker room to see Coach Bowden after the game, it wasn't about football for him, it was about life. He said, your potential, your expectation is to have the top academic performance on our football team, and I expect nothing less. Seeing this room brings back a not so fond memory. That biology class said 1,500 students, and I remember making a C in that class, and Coach Bowden simply said I needed to get it together, saying if I made another C, he was going to call Geraldine Mitchell, my mom. And I said, Coach, I promise you, you will never have to call that woman about me making another C again.
No one, his mom would say, can take your education away from you, which is why I think he came back.
A teammate of mine got fired right before practice. And I looked around and said, man, that could be me. I want some higher education to stand on than just my bachelor's degree. I want to get my master's. And I'm gonna go back to Florida State and do it. Coming to campus early part of the week and having to go back and practice in Tampa the latter part of the week because they didn't have online classes back then. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, that personal sacrifice that I went to achieve my master's. I just share with people all the time about my Florida State experience is as much as football taught me, I learned more away from the field. Honestly, thank you. You invested in me and formed a bond and things that you've told me to be aware of. Shaped the man that I am today.
All my great students, it's nice to hear from them again, and I stay in touch with a lot of them, and it's very rewarding. He's one of those handful of students that you'll always remember.
All areas of my life, I just thank God that Florida State University touched every area. Your education is the foundation you stand on. No matter what you do in life, it's not something you fall back on when something else doesn't work out.